Hello everyone, welcome. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. Welcome, welcome. Hello Nim, Grave, Baron, Tilda, JH, and Melvin. Alright. Let's go have some fun. By immediately going into Golix. Yep. Wait, I don't have HS. Wait, what? Does this count as town? Is that what's going on? Why aren't I shirtless and sweaty? That is crazy. I didn't buff up, I didn't kill it. Your Erel's ascents are actually pretty quick. The ascents are so fast for Erel. It's quite a short iframe actually. I'm never gonna get a sup piece, man. I'm never gonna get a sup drop. But I think I can actually afford a sup ring or a sup pendant. I think I have enough. Yeah, I had enough since yesterday. Let me have a quick look at my damage gear. My damage gear is kind of cooked though. Alright, I have two choices. I can either replace this thing or replace one of these. But these are actually kind of hard. You know what I mean? Do you know what I will actually do? I'm gonna do my... Before I even do Black Mage, I'm going to do my weeklies, right? Unless I do Black Mage like before the weekly reset, I'll probably like just cope on a daybreak to drop or something. I don't know. Because the fake Dom pendant's not good, but it's not bad either. Buy and gear the pendant to get a daybreak drop. That is the the true way of playing this game. Oh yeah. Anyway, today I'm probably just gonna spend some time grinding because grinding is good. Let's see, do I have MVPs? Holy moly, I have 21 MVPs. I'm ready. I can pop these. Yeah, I can pop these after tomorrow and it will last like into the haste. I am your MVP, thank you. I will accept that today because I did finally get you an emblem. I feel good about that. Alright. I'm not going to be here for very much longer, so I'm not going to worry about fams. I might make one more epic. And then I'm probably going to go straight to 275, and then I'll see if I can farm there at 275. I think that's pretty good. Are any of your old BM runs a good resource? I think if you want to see... What the? This guy's just dead. If you want to see a long BM run, I would probably recommend the one that I did on my Battle Mage, if you played a TP class. Honestly, even if you didn't play a TP class, maybe that one's alright too. Because I did like an hour run. It's like the full video is on my channel. So if you wanted to see like how I kind of survive in certain phases, that might be a good resource. I also have like an explanation of how I went through the fight on my channel on both my Battle Mage and I think also my my Ren perhaps. Hello Yuki. Rebutter. Dude, that is me. I feel pretty good today though. I'm not even gonna retort. I finally got JH an emblem on all the characters that he needed it on. I'm useful. Yeah, Tilda, don't you know Yuki has a cannon master in Kronos called Halley Rebum. And Rebum's kind of doing well. Am I supposed to be happy about that? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm happy for him hitting, but why is it gotta be Rebum? Patch notes tomorrow or the day after? Usually it's the day before the patch. Usually. So if we get the patch in 2 days, the patch notes should come out tomorrow. Can rare fams give 50% drop? Yes, they can. I actually have one here. This one's a 50 drop fam. So you can absolutely get them from rare, but you can get like kind of unlucky with it. I think the first time I tried to do that on my Ren, I was like, it took me like 300 cards or something to get that. It's not like the most common fam, but it is definitely possible. Is there a 60 drop fam? I think there is on rare. I think. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't seen it myself. But I think 50 is like technically the low roll. But I'm not sure. I feel like I've seen 50 or 60 on Epic, but I don't remember for rare. 50 is prime? Ah, okay. 30 is the unlucky one. Right. Yeah, that makes sense. No long Blaze Wizard run? Yeah, so for Blaze Wizard it is kind of hard because of your key down, right? I think if you wanted to do a run for Blaze Wizard, you'd have to do something like... you'd have to cancel your burst early. It's so bad. Like, there's a lot of classes that have the same problem. I think for my Ren, had a similar problem. I didn't solo Black Mage until after I got my Genesis weapon, because I refused to play like the weird letting go of the iframe sort of thing. You could opt to get Curring, that is an option. That actually might be a damage gain. Maybe you're kind of big brain. Low learn. Open 40 unique, didn't get anything? Yeah, fams are like really inconsistent. Three minutes? Honestly, like being able to burst once every 2 bursts, like a full burst, sounds like not the worst. You know what I mean? Like, it's not ideal, but the Blaze Wizard just can't do its full damage. It's really hard. I don't think they necessarily need an iframe. I think they shouldn't be able to get cursed. You know what I mean? Like, the problem isn't the damage getting hit by things. Plenty of classes get hit during their burst in other bosses. It's the curses that get you, right? A lot of these key downs have what do you call it, like status resist, but they don't have resistance against curse, which is the problem. If they had just made it so then you can't get hit by curse during the key downs, and then it's fine. You just hold it down and you just cop the hits. So there's like a little bit of skill at least involved in picking when to do it. But man, it's pretty bad. You just got 50? Oh, nice. Congrats on your 50. Alright. Just let me turn on the heater. My hands are cold. Yeah, back in the day too, Blaze Wizard's key down was like 10 seconds long. That's miserable, man. Luck stream? Possibly. I'm happy for you guys. Love to see it when people get lucky. It's kind of funny because yesterday JH and I had the opposite problem. We ran some bosses on stream, got like literally nothing. And then we did one boss off stream, emblem drop. So yeah. Blaze key down makes Demon Slayer seem a lot better. It's because it's still quite long. Like, Blaze Wizard's key down is about 5 seconds long. And it used to be 10 seconds. That was one of the biggest quality of life for that class when they reduced the key down from 10 to 5. Like, I love my Blaze Wizard, but god, that class is so doo-doo sometimes. It's so much better now, though, compared to what it was before. It's so refreshing to play still every time. What do we have here? Slot expansion. That's what I like to see. Equips. Let's make some more room. Is cubing or Star Force more expensive? It really depends on what you're aiming for. Like, if you're aiming for example, you know, 18 star, it's not too expensive, depending on like what level the item is. But if you're aiming for 22 star, it can be more expensive, right? I think generally speaking, in terms of gains, Star Forcing is typically better value. Typically, for how much you spend. Whereas for like cubing, like, it's easier in the sense that you rarely go backwards in your cubing. But the gains are a little bit more incremental. It's like not as high value early on. Like, if you had to pick between the two early on, I would always like kind of pick Star Forcing. Also, thank you for the hydrate. Owl's Shining for me? Shining was good, actually. Here we go. Spent 100 bill, and I hit hella, actually. The 24 source was insane. They hit a 24 source, 23 eye patch, 23 daybreak. Must be nice to be lucky. It does feel good to be lucky. I'm just worried about when it's gonna balance out, you know, like, it's only a matter of time. I recently got this achievement. Star catch 10,000 times. Much easier now that we have auto star catch though. Any mules I'm working on? I would like to work more on my mules, but my Kana's just eating all my money. The only things I need to do left on my mules is to get 22 pitch on them and then 22 arcanes. Like, there's nothing else in between I need to really do on those characters. So in my mind, I think about how much money it will cost me to do that on my mules. For example, let's say I take my my Blaze Wizard. I think it has an 18 star ET. Like, why would I 22 star my Blaze Wizard's ET when I can, you know, 22 star a spare on my Kana and then go for 23, you know? That's my, like, my problem right now. It's like a first world problem. Like, there's no reason for me to spend money on my mules when I can invest pretty much the same amount and then gamble for 23s on the pitch spares. And that's what I did for the eye patch, right? I had 2 eye patch spares. Going for 23 is actually not that unreasonable because of the full safeguarding thing. I'm not going to ever risk blowing up, I just need to have money for it. Like, it cost me the same amount of money to 23, or sorry, to 22 something on my mule as it does on my Kana, so I might as well just go 23. Wobbuff is cuter. Alright. To each their own, I guess. Because yeah, I could absolutely just spend the same amount of money trying to perfect my mules, but there's not much point at the moment because I actually do want to make my Kana stronger. I have a goal, an interim goal of trying to solo C Carlos. I think if I could solo C Carlos, I would do that every week because I would like the Abyssal Flames. I'm not that far away from it either. Maybe in like a month's time I'll be able to do it. Because I'll have my... Hopefully my Eternals will be like 21, 22 by a month's time. Hopefully. It depends entirely on whether or not it blows up from 18 to 20. Because I'm not going to safeguard those numbers. Kinda should be super strong. Yeah, it's just a matter of like actually having the damage. Right now, I don't have the damage. I'm like at 93k Hexa. And I think if I get 3 set Eternal all the way to like 22 star, like my hat top and bottom to 22 star, that'll probably bring me to like 95, 96k Hexa, roughly. And then, depending... I'll have to check Scouter, but by that time I'll also have 2 set Limbo. So I wonder if that will be enough for me to, like, replace my Arcanes. It also kind of depends on what happens with my shoulder. Because then I could replace a lot of pieces at the same time, but yeah, it's just a matter of, like, checking Scouter at that point. I haven't really looked into the calculations. Like, the best case scenario absolutely is I try to get my Eternals to 20 star each on the next event. And then none of them blow up going for 20. And then I can start working on a shoulder. Like, that would be the best case scenario. And then hopefully the shoulder can go to, like... can go quickly. And then I can swap over onto my Limbos. Farming Altaria with no backpad is painful, I can imagine. This isn't that glamorous, but at least I can pick up stuff. Thankfully, I don't see myself farming in Altaria on this Erel for very long, if at all. Might do a little bit of Altaria stuff, but like, probably gonna be minimal. How many hours do you think you're gonna farm haste? Well, my goal is only just to get to 280. Once I get to 280, I'm no longer grinding on this character, I think. Like, 280 is like a perfectly okay level. Because then at that point, I'm just working on my gear, right? Like, I guess afterwards, if I was to farm, it'd be for money. Not necessarily for fragments, because they give you so many fragments in Challenger World. I'm actually not fussed at all in terms of my fragments. It's so free. Between Kai, High Mountain, and like all the random rewards they've given, like this character has more frags than like my Corsair by the time it hits 280, I swear. I'm gonna hard grind until then. We'll see how I feel, because I don't want to like... I don't want to do more than I have to. Mostly because I also want to take advantage of haste on my Kana. So I guess you're right, I will probably go hard on my Erel just to get to 280 as fast as possible. That way I can at least unlock Kai. I'll worry about like clearing Kai afterwards. $2.79, drink the pot. Do we get the pot soon though? I thought that was pretty far, right? We're talking about this one, right? The chicken? Yeah, but I need to clear Kai. Like, I can't wait to the end of the event to do that. That's the problem. Should I make the Kinesis Hyperburn on Chronos if I plan on switching servers? You can always do it in Challenger World anyway, if you're, like, if your Challenger World character is your main. I would make it in Challenger World just so then you can do bosses on your Kinesis and use that money to fund your main a little bit. Because realistically, if your main is on Challenger World, you'll stay in Challenger World for as long as possible. Just for, you know, clearing Kai, if nothing else. Yeah, it's within, like, most players' best interest to stay in Challenger World for as long as possible to just make the most out of getting the fragments from Kai. Could start getting Legion coins? I wouldn't worry too much about that. As nice as it would be to, like, maximize everything, I think those, like, sorts of stuff is, like, so minimal, like, in the long term. I wouldn't worry about that right now. If you only had one character as well, I think to even unlock your Legion board, I think you need like 500 levels or something. I don't think an extra Kinesis would make that much difference in terms of your coin generation. Don't have anything with Legion pods and Emerald rank. Oh yeah, true. I guess even with that, maybe you don't need to do the... you don't need to make the Kinesis there. I guess you could just make your characters just to claim those pots. And use those. But I don't think like you need to use the Kinesis there. I think personally, Kinesis is best used in Challenger World for resources. Because you'll probably like slowly get it to level 260 anyway. And I'd imagine with the free stuff you get from the Kinesis, just like the bare minimum, you know, fake CRA and, you know, all the other stuff. It'll be plenty strong to clear Enlomian. Now I think the Mesa will be worth more than, I guess, like the sort of marginal gains you'll get on your Legion. In terms of coins, at least. It's gonna share CS with Resistance? Nah, I don't think so. I think they said that it was gonna be its own thing, which is kinda sad. Don't care about that because they have Universal. True. Only we're getting scammed. But I think technically it isn't a Resistance, right? I think they said that it wasn't a Resistance character. I guess lore-wise, if this is a completely different demon class, you'd have to retcon the demon classes. They're not going to do that. It's so funny, this guy's just like dead on my map. He was dead by the time I got here. I didn't kill him, I swear. It wasn't me, guys. He was dead when you did your dailies. This guy like fell asleep or something in his computer. You killed him, right? Alright, there we go. We have suspect number 1, Tilda. Yeah. The sad thing about my Erel right now, honestly, is the energy again. I finished up the Shine Stones already, so now it's just back to leveling up some other stuff. I think I'm trying to get my Mastery 1 to 19 now. So I'm just like starving for energy. So hopefully Haste will help out with that. With all the extra Soul Erda and whatnot. If I can get my Mastery 1 to 19 by the time I finish Challenger World, that'd be pretty nice. I was hoping not to give it the 9k, I mean the 5k mobs again, but maybe I should. What do you guys think? One more week of the 5k for the Erel? I'm trying to like wean it off, taking that as soon as possible, because I still want that on my Kana. Yeah, one more week. Give it another week of fragments. Take the energy, leave the frags. I mean, that's usually what you'd be able to do, right? Usually you'd be able to claim the thing and then transfer the energy. Wait, can you transfer the energy? Am I crazy? This guy just leveled up. Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can move the energy. Yeah, it's just annoying because it's a different world. So I think I did the rough math for this. Pretty sure if I do everything today, like my Monster Park Extreme, High Mountain, all that sort of stuff, I should be able to level up after using like maybe 20 Express Boosters. Something like that. And I kind of want to chip at my Express Boosters anyway. I don't want to leave them to the last minute because they're kind of miserable to do. If you could leave characters into Challenge World, you could leap the energy over. Oh, dude, imagine. I'll leap it over with a couple hundred bill as well, you know? Materials for Meister, that's true. My rings are actually like low-key suffering. It's not the worst because I'm using event rings with 2 lines of stat. They're all like 2 lines of stat plus item drop or something like that. So it's pretty good, but I would like dedicated damage gear. And my one slime ring ended up being my farming gear because it hit double meso. So stupid. Do I have meso gear on? I do. So, let me just quickly loot. I have 100% meso and 160 drop. So I'm missing 2 lines of drop right now. How many hybrids is that? I've got 1 hybrid there. I have a double drop. I have a double meso. Another hybrid. There you go. So 2 hybrids, 1 double drop, and 1 double meso. Your 23 daybreak hit double drop. Yeah, dude. I'm pretty sure when I did my source, I hit, like, it was a hybrid with stat. And I just, like, rolled my eyes. I was like, bro, of course the hybrid with stat is on, like, my 24 source. This game, man, is rage bait. That's rage bait. Surely it's transferable. I'm hoping so, too. There is a small chance. But yeah, on the higher chance that it's not, I need to find a map to farm in Sheng. 275, oh, 277, 60 EXP boosters. Not sure if you reach 280 in time. You have about a week from today to get to 280 if you wanted to do like the 2 Eternals. It's a bit hard. I'll say that much. I think it's a bit hard. Spring 1 until 280. Very possible. Spring 1 probably the best map to do that in. I think there's other maps I could like active farm in, but I want to try to minimize my jumping around. I don't mind jumping around to loot. Like this is okay, but I don't want to like jump around and attack the entire time. Yeah, we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I do have 3 class summons. Might be winnable to farm on some maps. It's just a matter of looting. Able to disable the UI gauge for certain classes. Not that I know of. Do a whole level today? Yeah, I haven't done a lot of like the free EXP stuff. I have a lot of Express boosters and a lot of EXP vouchers from the Burning Express. So I'm going to use those to get to 275. I think 275 would be worthwhile going for today. 275 before haste is like a good setup, I think. Because then at least I can farm in the newer area. patch tomorrow? I think it's the day after. I think. But yeah. Kind of broke at the moment. I spent some money yesterday upgrading symbols and also... What's the other thing I did? I did my Shine Stone thing, which was kind of expensive too. Shine Stones can be expensive sometimes. I think if I hand in my Odium, Arcus, and Cernium dailies, I actually level up. Hello, JH. Welcome back. It's also nice, like now that I'm actually farming on my Erel, I'm actually getting these star spec boxes. It's pretty good. Oh, I haven't done this. Wait, I need to do this. The Punch King stuff. I need to do that on my Kana too. You got an emblem on your pally before sup belt. It'd be like that. Walk into the Punch King and it'll die. Is the Punch King a multi-phase thing, or is it just like one Punch King? Oh, I might actually level up off of this. Let's see if we level up. Oh, never mind. I expected it to be a little bit higher. It just instantly popped. Unlucky. Same as Culvert, but the face is much faster. Yeah, makes sense. So after this, I'm gonna do my Arcus dailies, and once I hand in both Arcus and Odium, should level up to 274, and then we can start using some free EXP to get to 275. So we're done here. Let's go to Arcus. And I believe Odium will give me like 0.5%, and Odium will give me also about 0.5%. That adds up to 1. Assuming my math is correct. I don't have a very good track record when it comes to EXP math. So hopefully, this is correct. And we get to 274. And then, assuming I did everything correctly again, I should be able to use like express boosters and such to be able to level up. I think between all the express boosters I have and the VIP vouchers, or sorry, EXP vouchers, should be enough to get 275 today. And then tomorrow, I'll give a go at Black Mage more likely. Because I realize if I start, like if I do Black Mage today, my rentals would last only until like +4. I don't really trust myself to clear all my weeklies within 4 hours. Or at least 4 hours of reset. It sounds like a bad bet. Alright, there we go. Arc is done. Alright, let's hope for the best here. There we go, easy. 274. Alright. Let's use some free resources here, because I do actually want to get to 275. I need to do Monster Park Extreme. That should be pretty easy, assuming I don't die. I'm also going to use all of these. We get a bunch of them. How many is that? 4,600. How much EXP will that give us? Let's see. That's already about 50% in terms of just EXP. Monster Park Extreme will give us about 15%, so that adds up to about 65%. I could do my 7 Monster Park runs too, that's fine. So 65 plus another 10%, let's say, 75%. And then I do Angler Company, gives me another 15%. That puts it at around 90%. So I only really need about 10% or so worth of EXP. We can do that, you know, assuming we do all the free EXP stuff. Alright, let's go through it slowly. Start off with Monster Park or something. Oh, I haven't bought my tickets. You're gonna sleep through your rentals? There is definitely a chance that happens, yes. Oh, actually before I do my Monster Park, I should do Ursus. Aha, I remembered for the first time all week. Hello, Leonardo. And then I can do the Punch King after I get to 275. How do I get to Ursus? There we go. Man, it's so overcast today. Why is the sun coming out anyway? It's a whole conspiracy. It's so bright. Is it worth to buy rentals only for Punch King? You know, I didn't really consider that. I could do my Punch King tomorrow then. I don't need to do it today. I'll probably buy my rentals tomorrow. Then I have the rentals all the way until Friday, right? How's your day? So far so good. I mean, I leveled up to 274 and hopefully we'll get to 275. Saren is part of my dailies. I just want to make sure that when I do buy my rentals, I'll actually be doing my weeklies as well with them. Because realistically, I'll use the rentals the next time I buy them to do both my weeklies and Black Mage at the same time. So it'll be like Punch King, weeklies, Black Mage. Because I did my double dip at the beginning of last week. Oh, sorry, at the end of last week. I'm like kind of off by a week, if that makes sense. Because I was offset because of the really long maintenance that one time. So I couldn't do my weeklies. Yeah, Punch King. We get some Punch King tickets from the Ride or Die thingo. Operation Dive. Yeah, I haven't done those yet. Come on, Ursus. Alright. Easy 100 mil. 100 mil. How much does Punch King give you? And can I cap it? Definitely cannot cap it. I think to cap it you needed like a 60k culvert or something. Alright. Speaking of which, I'll do the Punch King first on my Kana, because I feel like I'll forget. Can I buy like serums and stuff for this Punch King? Oh, my Kana might actually get 286 soon. Maybe I can get 286 today. Travel to the entrance, all buffs will be removed. Okay. So basically, I'll just use my buffing thing, and then whatever it gives me, that's what I get. Okay, no, that's chill. There's definitely a way to be optimal for this, but it's fine. Is it gonna spawn on top of me, or does it spawn on the far side? Oh, there it is. Is there only 6 stages? Can I just use my Essence here? Ah, looks like it. I'm just waiting for my burst to come back up anyway. Alright, maybe slightly overkill. That's all good. I have to do this twice. Can I just go in again? Although I have to claim the EXP, then use the other ticket. I probably have to claim the EXP first. Wait a minute, I have to re-pop my buffs again. Yo, I got scammed the green and blue pot. I'm fine. How much EXP was it? Let's see. I got, was that 4%? 4%? A little bit more than 4%. Oh, it only takes off the bad ones? Ah, okay. That's good. I wonder how lazy I can be with this culvert. Can I just burst from here and be fine? Or did I just waste time before? Possibly. Yeah, I could have just like went in and just burst. Okay. Bit better than Mecha Berry? I guess so. No, actually no, Mecha Berry I think gives me like 5%. Should be more. Let me check for you. Wait, I actually level up today if I use the Mecha Berry tickets. Mecha Berry. Each of them should give me 5.1. This gave me 4.2. Yeah. This Punch King goes only to 1150. Alright, I can do the Mecha Berry tickets later. Because I don't really need the levels right now. It would just be like for fun, I guess, if I level up right now. Yeah, Mecha Berry's still better. Alright, let's do some Monster Park. My favorite content. If it's starting tomorrow, I can do the better Monster Park. I think the Shang Monster Park's not bad. That's also assuming I can actually one-shot in those maps. Imagine I can't one-shot in Shang. It'd be so cooked. Yeah, because this one is like... It has that weird U-turn, and also has these like really high platforms. But that might still be the case for Shang. I don't remember what it looked like. Shang MP is amazing. That's good. It's good to hear. That's what I like to hear. Anything to make Monster Park a little bit more enjoyable. Altera is always the problem. Dude, honestly, Carcion's is not great. There's a part in Carcion where you have to like climb up one of the maps and then jump down the second map. The jump down on the second map is offset, so then you can't down jump. You have to move forward and then down jump or something like that. It's really awkward. I hate the Carcion one. But for the amount of EXP that it gives, I will tolerate it. Look, it's a pain in the ass, but what 2T a day is 2T, you know? I should be doing a Monster Park actually on my Xenon, but I've been slacking. Maybe I should be taking MPE on it every once in a while. I don't think I've done MPE this week on any of my characters. So I'll do that. I'll do that on my Erel after as well. Surely in Channel 1 we'll find somebody, right? I get a full level. So between this and like the stuff from the Burning Express check-ins, it should be enough for me to level up. This one, the Burning Express things, Monster Park Extreme, Angler Company. There's like a 10% EXP deficit, but that's easy to make up. Maybe it's slightly more than 10%, but you know, it'll be fine. The Express boosters are pretty good. And I think theoretically I should be able to solo Black Mage if I buy the rentals, but I don't want to do it today. Just because like then it makes it like really tight for me to do my weeklies after the reset. I don't really trust myself to finish my bosses 5 hours after reset, considering I might not even be awake. Did I buy a vac? No. I'm playing Challenger World completely free to play. The only thing I technically paid for was auto feed. But that's for my own mental health, you know? I paid like $3 to give all my pets auto feed. That's all I did. Do I still WAP? Yeah. If I want to get to 280, I'll definitely still have to train. The problem is, for me, training is like kind of feels bad because obviously with no vac pet, it's a lot harder to loot, right? So I'm restricted to like farming in much smaller maps. I was farming in Gate 1 in Odium for a while. Just where the dogs were, like these guys. I don't really think it's that feasible to train or do stuff without a vac pet on bigger maps. It's just, yeah, it's just not worthwhile. You just won't pick up anything. Alright, how many more runs do I need? 3 more runs. We'll just have to also wait and see what they do with the Kinesis pet. Like, if the vac pet for the Kinesis is tradable, then I think a lot of people are going to be very happy. Myself included. It will make getting to level 280 a lot easier. Because then I can actually farm on, like, good maps. And not just the small 16k maps. Because it might just be Spring 1 all the way up. That'll be a little bit sad, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. It always impresses me how much EXP Monster Park gives nowadays. Just so many runs as well. Not that I do all of them. How many of you guys do more than 14 runs of Monster Park a day? Hell, how many of you guys do more than 7? I run 14 because like I have a main I'm trying to like get up there, but sure, there's a lot of people who are just working on one character at a time. You do all 28? That's crazy, dude. No, that's too much for me. I don't love my Xenon enough to run Monster Park on it. They definitely made some of the higher maps better. I can see that. Actually, the characters who are in Shang is not bad. Supposedly. If the map is better than this, you know, it could be kind of chill. I don't really like the Cassian one though. Is the thing that bothers me on my Kana. Oh yeah, and the Cassian boss TPs as well, it's quite annoying. Alright, just finishing up the last run now. So we'll have like a little bit over 11%, I think? Or just about 11% EXP. That's pretty good. Let's see. 11.4. Now I need to go find myself an MPE party. And that should give me about 15% once I finish that. Wow, found a party instantly. Alright, this time I won't die in the middle of Monster Park. Oh no. Oh my god, the frames. Nice. That's a easy 15 or so %. Maybe actually a little bit more. Alright, you know what, I'll take it. I'm okay with my calculations being wrong in the other direction for once. Alright. Next up, I could do Angler Company, and that should give me about 15% or so. And then that puts me at, what, 45-ish, let's say? Then if I use this, I'll be off by about 10% from leveling up. Easy, easy. Drop the source on Challenger World 3, can't use it for a while. It's definitely usable, but it's expensive. Because you gotta still start force it to 18, it's not cheap. Well, I guess 17 is fine too. Maybe it's not as expensive. Maybe it's a case of meso. Alright. Now the problem here is I dropped a lot of my bossing gear out. Did I cook myself? I think I may have cooked myself a little bit. Do you want to skip? Yes. How long is it going to take me? My character's not that strong because I don't have rentals on. Okay, 30 mil. This might take a while. I'm more concerned about the boss mechanics than anything else. Oh, sorry, the boss tankiness. I'm not too fussed about the actual stages. Oh yeah, for that boss that like you have to like pick the force fields between blue and red. Am I supposed to burst on entry on that one or nah? Who are you? Oh my god. Is 35 mil strong enough for Kai? Probably depends on the class. I definitely cleared Kai with around that combat power though. It wasn't too bad, but then again, Erel's quite a strong class. Alright, we're out here for a stroll. Oh my god. It's like, why can't I jump? How to unlock Mystic Frontier? Yeah, you need to have 3 FAMs unlocked. Or rather, like the 10 badges. In Challenge Mode at least. Then you'll have access to it. Wait, it's all the way on that side? Come on, man. What? Oh my god. I shot too early. It was meant to be up here. I was staying in the wrong spot. Okay. Accidentally worked out. All good. Don't remember. Am I supposed to burst this thing? I'm gonna just ascend this. Is this enough? I'm gonna end up doing 2 things, aren't I? Ah. Yeah, I'll do it. Maybe I should have just bursted. What? Yeah, they'll teach me to be stingy. Why can't this shoot? Am I doing something wrong? Come on. There we go. Yeah, I almost got it with the minis. Almost. Almost did it. Ah, see? Now I have the burst going into this. Yep. Should've just sent it. I honestly thought that the next one was the burst one. I scammed myself. I mixed up the floors. I thought floor 4 was floor 3. That's why I was holding it back. I scammed myself good. Bricked? I agree. Might as well rerun. Going in without learning a guide. Yeah, if you've never like played games like that before, I think it's a pretty, I'd say like a pretty common puzzle, if you can call it a puzzle. I feel like I played a lot of games when I was younger that did something similar. So it wasn't too bad for me to like kind of see. But if you went into it blind and you've never interacted with puzzles like that before, I can imagine it being very confusing. Like, Soul Erda booster worth buying? In my opinion, no. If you're lacking energy, it's not a bad thing, if that makes sense. I mean, even look at me. I don't know if you can see it, but I have like 500 fragments, 0 energy. It's just, you just gotta wait. For a game like MapleStory, eventually you kind of hit a wall. At some point, right? This energy wall is like one of the least annoying walls to be part of, if that makes sense. Waiting for other resources is much worse, because at least for this one, you can, I guess, kind of just wait it out, and it's not too bad, all things considered. You guys are gonna watch me slowly kill this thing and you're gonna like it. We have excess Erel soon. Yeah, that'll be the case for those who grind, for sure. I think regardless, if you don't grind, it's gonna be slow no matter what. That's the thing you have to like kind of understand in MapleStory. Like, most things are gonna be slow. And if you pay for it, you'll speed it up for like a week or two, and then it's going back to slow again. It's just something you have to kind of accept when it comes to Maple. In 9mm combat power, the most common way to beat it, or like to get stronger, is to just buy the rental gear. It costs a lot to rent, but you'll be able to at least clear some bosses to make back the money. And clearing the bosses is already worthwhile doing, because you have the chance of the drops and stuff. It's very slow and steady. If you're not really sure, I do have a whole series where I've done, you know, the whole Challenger World stuff on my Erel. Maybe you'll find that handy. W plug. It's like their Kana, yeah. Although I'm not sure about the damage for their version of Kana. I think Kana still has a beat. Haste and new Path of Exile at the same time? Oh no. You have to pick. Mush Class, thank you for the follow, welcome. Yeah, I'll say, like, generally speaking in MapleStory, there's so many like different things you can pay for, but nothing really kind of beats just putting the time into grinding in most cases, or like actually playing out the game consistently. Like, all these paid things just kind of cut down the time to get to like certain breakpoints, and then when you get to the next wall, then you're kind of stuck doing exactly the same thing you would have done if you didn't pay for it, right? So to me, I think there's like no rush to have to always pay for these things. Of course, sometimes you do value your time more than you value the money in some senses, right? And I think that's absolutely fair, but you do keep in mind that, like, that's how it's always going to be for these sorts of games. Like, you can pay to get further, or you can put the time into making that progress. It's hard, but like, at the same time, there's no rush. I think that in MapleStory, when it comes to paid stuff, the people that it benefits the most are actually probably the veterans, because they have a better idea how to make the most out of those resources. I feel like if you're still kind of getting into the game and you're still learning how to play and learning how to prog, those paid passes are just going to be like a shortcut for a small amount of time, and then you're gonna get stuck again at some point. You're probably better off just actually learning how to upgrade your gear, if that makes sense. Thanks for mentioning the dog summon. Yeah, the dog summon is nice. Oh no, I got the stupid fast one. I have to farm more points for this one, if I remember correctly. This one has like a lot of switches. It has a pass? I wouldn't know. I didn't do anything on the test server. Oh. Ah, man, I'm out of points. I think I only farmed like 700 points. Oh, you guys max it out? I don't ever max this out. If I need to farm more points, I'll go farm more points. Oh no. I hate this one so much. Because sometimes the second input doesn't go through. I think the Genesis Pass is actually probably one of the more okay ones, actually, for new players to buy. Assuming they actually stick around for the whole duration of the Genesis Pass. The thing about these like paid passes is that a lot of the times you'll see people tell each other to buy these things and they expect everyone to have the same result, if that makes sense. So like just because everyone pays for the same thing doesn't mean that everybody's going to be able to liberate within 3 weeks. But I think that's an expectation that a lot of people who pay for these sorts of passes kind of expect. But it's like, oh, I pressed the launch. Oh well. I'm just gonna farm points. But yeah, you get what I mean though, like there will be players who pay for this, but then they can't make as much make as much use out of it as some other players. And then it feels really bad for them in comparison, because you'll see people who paid exactly the same amount, but they progged significantly further. But then that's something you have to kind of accept when you're playing this game. There will be people who have like a knowledge gap, and then those people will have a slightly better time making progress. And you can't compare yourself in that way. Okay, can I do this? Come on. Right here. I just wanna... Come on. Like this? Let me connect this stupid line. It's over. Oh my god, I wasted the shot. I just shot it into... I'm gonna be stuck here forever. Ah, that's all I had to do. Have friends that coach? Yeah, that's good. But yeah, again, it's all like a knowledge gap, right? So paying for these sorts of things, it's just like, it is a speed run in a way, but you also need the knowledge. Level 277 and 39 mil, can't solo like Lotus hard. If you're at 39 mil and you're struggling with hard Lotus, it's just a case of practice. Because 39 mil should be more than enough to solo hard Lotus in like under 10 minutes. So if you're finding yourself that you're unable to clear, it's definitely a case of practice. MapleStory is a game that like also relies a lot on you like actually using your movement skills to dodge things. As much as it would be nice to just like stand still and just tank a lot of attacks, there are heaps of attacks for a lot of bosses that just knock you around. So getting into the habit of actually dodging it will help you throughout however long you play Maple. Yeah, don't be lazy with dodging. You will need to do that in a lot of bosses anyway. There's no rush to buy the Jenny Pass. The Jenny Pass is one of those items where like, if you're gonna buy it anyway, buying it early is good, just because it gives you damage. I think that's one of the stronger aspects of the Genesis Pass. It just straight up just gives you more final damage against all of these early game bosses, like Lotus, Damien, Lucid Will, all the other ones. Yeah, that's probably the biggest benefit. Even if you don't manage to clear the hard versions of it, even like the normal version, you'll get a lot of extra free damage. I say free, but you know, you technically paid for it. You'd be surprised how many mechanics that you can avoid in this game by just walking away from the boss. The walking is OP. Did I do Kai, this character? Yeah, I did. I've done Kai, I think, like 3 or 4 times now. I don't remember. I don't remember if I cleared Kai on the first week. I don't think I did, because I wasn't high enough level at the time. But I definitely cleared Kai after I hit 270 onwards. So at least 3 weeks, I'll say. Does Hecate bind this ball? I don't want it to run away from me. I'm just gonna hit it until it stops moving. I don't trust it. Can we kill it in one burst? Did we do it? Nice. Oh, this boss was easier than the robot boss midway. Alright, so hopefully this gives us about 15% EXP. I think that's what it will give. If we're lucky and I did my math poorly and it gives me more, I'll be more than welcome, you know? Ooh, that's almost 20% EXP actually. Wow, look at that. Nice. So I'm at 44% now. Now I think if I use my EXP vouchers, if I use all these, let's see where it puts me. 92%. Okay. Nice. So I just need to farm another 8% EXP. That's straightforward. I can do that. So I might spend some time just grinding in Gate 1 all the way there. Maybe I won't use my express boosters. I'll get to 275 regardless today. No need to use extra resources. Alright. We get energy. Wow, what a resource. Swap to training. So much faster now, so good. Let's see what we got. Alright, useless fam. We'll use this to farm with. Awesome. Alright. Am I making a kinesis? Yeah, I'm planning on making a kinesis to use it as a boss mule. Knowing the boss right now? Yeah, it's a bit of a tricky boss to learn. It's one of the few that require you to actually use this like inbuilt like parry. So I think it does have a bit of a learning curve. But it was fun. I enjoyed learning how to play Kai. It's like a baby version of Adversary in a way. I could like use my express boosters, but yeah, I think it's okay for me to just save them for now and use them in the next area. Just be a bit more patient, get some more mileage out of the EXP. It's like, yeah, I can get to the next area, but it's whatever. Still gonna take me a day. Unstuck H Kai. Yeah, I'm not sure how the less burstier classes go in Kai. Unless Lin has good bursts, I don't know. I feel like Lin has been a class in my mind. It's still a continuous class. I don't know. I'm living in the past. Because I know it definitely uses a raw now. But in my mind, Lin is like forever a DPS class. Only counts for the previous week? Oh. So not for the whole duration. I think I get like probably 3, maybe 4% every half an hour, so we might be grinding for a little bit. We might be grinding here for a little bit. But that's okay. I'm down to try to gamble for one more unique fam anyway. Maybe we'll be able to get it. There's also probably an argument for me to not spend my coupons right now, but I mean, using it is fine. As you get to 90%, I used all the advanced EXP vouchers. They gave us like 5,000 of them from the Burning Express. They gave me basically 50%. And then I did my Monster Park runs, I did MPE, I did Angler Company. So I'm hoping to get to the next area today. If I didn't miss out on 1 or 2 days on Monster Park, I would have been there already. My account's bricked. I missed like 3 or 4 days of Monster Park. Might as well reroll. What level are you, JH, in Challenger World? Are you 275? I feel like I haven't been giving that much attention to this, or else I should. 276? Crazy. I've been focusing too much on my Kana. Oh, actually, here's a question for the Mecha Berry. It scales on your level, right? So it's always best to use it as late as possible. Unless you need it for like a specific level, right? Like I'm in technically no rush on my Kana, so I don't need to use it like now. Like I could wait to 286 and then use it. Yeah, I used a lot of tickets, like the berry tickets, before 285 because I wanted to get to 285. I think it was worthwhile because like the week that I got to 285, I instantly did Limbo. That was probably worthwhile. I think if I didn't have a Limbo party to go straight into, I wouldn't have done that. Yeah. I would have like maybe taken my time. Since I got an armor, even if I didn't get an armor box, it was worthwhile. Alright, I need my Limbo pieces. So I think actually on the next Shining, I'll have another... I would have my 10 Limbo pieces by then. Or rather, like the 10 pieces. And then I will have, hopefully, hat, top, bottom done. And maybe a shoulder. So I might be able to swap over onto, like, almost all the pieces as Limbo pieces. All Eternals. It'll just only be my glove that I won't have. Maybe. Planning on working on an arcane weapon? It's my lowest priority. I want to see how far I can get without having to work on an arcane weapon. I do think that an arcane weapon is like a good upgrade though. In terms of damage. So, assuming that this is like the equivalent of a Absol weapon, I'm pretty sure a 18-star arcane weapon is better than a 22-star Absol weapon in general. So, the fact that I do have one in my... Like, I did get one as a drop. Somewhere. It'd be awkward if I chucked it on the floor. Oh no, it's on one of my other presets. Oh, here it is. The fact that I do have one gives me the option to do that. But it's like low priority because obviously, if I can clear the content without spending money on the weapon, that would be ideal. But admittedly, getting an 18-star arcane weapon is not that expensive. It's like, if you do that on an event, that's just probably like 3 or 4 bill. Hopefully. I don't know. Actually, how much is it safeguarded? You probably want to safeguard it. Unless you have to spare. But yeah, it should actually be better than the Challenger World weapon. When I plan to get to 280? That's a case of we'll get there when we get there. I don't know what the timeline is. I'd imagine it'll take me at least a month. I don't think it'll be that fast. But at the same time, I don't really know how much EXP resources I actually have. Let's see. If I hit 275, how much will these express boosters give me? Each one will give me about 1%. Like 276 doesn't seem too unreasonable pretty quickly. But then after that, then what? I get 7% EXP per day from Monster Park. So, pretty good. Thoughts on buying Genesis Pass on a regular mule, non-Challenger world? I did that last time, yeah. If you have characters that are reasonably set up, I would say like the Genesis Pass is best used on characters that are reasonably able to clear C10 solo. Like, that's the best use case, right? But it is going to be a long run. Alternatively, you can still just duo it, right? You're still getting 3 times the amount of points, right? So if you duo C10, you get halved, but it gets tripled anyway. So it'll still be faster than your normal Liberation. And also, your character's just stronger in general. So if you need that to, like, blue dot, it's pretty good. I'd say, like, if you want to build mules, you want to try to liberate them anyway, right? I don't see anything wrong with spending money to cut down that time, because you're just paying for, like, a quality of life thing. Right? I don't see that being a negative. Like, Liberation is such a slog if you don't have the Genesis Pass. Like, my Erel right now is, like, low-key, kind of sad. Oh, I wasn't supposed to clear Arcarium today. Oops. Ah, it's okay. I'll do it tomorrow. I was gonna do my Genesis, like, some of my Genesis missions today. Because I'm starting to get too many points. And then I was gonna do the Liberation Lotus and Damien in the same week. Let's see, how many points am I on right now? Yeah. So I'll finish these 2 tomorrow, and then I'll do Magnus. And then I can do Lotus, and I think I have enough points to clear this, and then I can do Damien immediately after. So I'm like kind of halfway there. But yeah, going back to the Genesis Pass thing, I used it on a mule last time. I think I did it on my hero. Yeah, I used the Genesis Pass on my hero. One of my... I actually had a good time liberating that character. It was so fun. Hero's kind of good. Super chill. Yeah. Otherwise, right now I'm just chilling anyway. Let's see how much EXP we can get in the next hour and a half or so. Is that how many coupons I have left? I have 3 more EXP there. Oh, I have my Punch Kings I could do. Oh, I should probably do that after 275 though. No, wait, can I do this tomorrow? Ooh, actually I can do this tomorrow, right? No, technically, I guess if I do it tomorrow, it'd be like right after the reset. That's a bit... I don't know if I remember. Might do it tonight then. And yours today? Yeah. I'll do it after 275 for sure, because I might as well get the extra damage. I think if I do it tonight, it'll give me more time with my rentals as well, which is probably what I'll do. Yeah, I'll probably rent the rentals tonight. Wait a minute, I don't have money for it. Oh god. What have I done? I have no money. I can't rent. Well, that's the side goal. It's not about EXP and getting to 275 anymore. I need to farm 1.4 bill. Ah, man. Should have crafted wealths, actually. Forgot about that. Probably go out of my way to craft the wealths. Oh, pardon me. Right as you go? Nah, I'm gonna do it before the reset polar. So I don't have any bosses anymore to clear. Oh, thank you. I've already done my bosses this week. So I was gonna rent this week, and then I want to clear Black Mage before the reset. As in before the weekly reset. Realistically, I should wait like a week and a half to kind of double dip. Or like a week and a bit to double dip. But this is like for the sake of content. What rates am I getting? It's 16k. So it's like the the lowest you can get. The lowest you can get while farming. What's a strong main for Challenger World 4? Can't go wrong with any of the TMS classes, like what Paula said. Those are really strong. Like if you want to play a strong class, most likely something like Kana, Hayato, which one? Lin is strong in its own way. Like, I know a lot of people were actually quite disappointed with playing Lin in this Challenger world. The class conceptually is strong, but I guess a lot of people weren't that enthused with it. Erel and Sia are very good. Yeah, I'm just a little bit hesitant on saying Lin, only because whether or not it's strong, it's... A lot of people were very disappointed with the class, so I'm just giving you fair warning. Like, the class conceptually is very strong. It's definitely one of the best classes in the game, but a lot of people have definitely voiced their disappointment with that class. It's definitely not one that you make for like the same reasons you make a Kana or an Erel or something like that, where it's just like a super strong class out of the gates. Definitely requires a bit more investment. Yeah, that's probably like the top answers you'll get from people who play in GMS in general. Like the non-KMS classes are just very overtuned right now. So if you want to play for damage, those are probably the classes to go. Otherwise, if you're looking at just GMS classes in general, they're actually like pretty close to each other in terms of damage. Obviously, you have some classes that are stronger than others, and some classes that are weaker than others. But generally speaking, a lot of them are pretty close. Like, the gap between the best and the worst classes isn't nearly as big as it used to be. Hello, Loam. Will I be as strong as you? You'll get there. All comes with time. Lin is broken endgame? Yeah. But the thing is, players need to get to the endgame. There were a lot of people who made Lin with the expectation that it was going to be strong out of the gates. And that is not the case. It definitely requires investment. In my highly biased opinion, you should make a Blaze Wizard. I think that class deserves more love. I really like Blaze Wizard. Like, if I didn't already have a Blaze Wizard, I would make it for Challenger World 4. What's stopping me? What do I achieve with another Blaze Wizard? What's the point of having another Blaze Wizard? Is there an Inkwell hating stream because he's let me down? I mean, you are free to flame Inkwell. I'm here to. I'm happy to hear opinions, but look, I'm just a chill guy. I'm just doing my own thing. Instead of maining Blaze Wizard, I'm maining Kana. Look, me dropping the Blaze Wizard had nothing to do with the Kana. It had everything to do with my Cannon Master. Yep. Don't listen. Don't make a Blaze Wizard. What? What are you guys saying? I actually really like my Blaze Wizard mule. I wish that I could have reset my Soul Janus. I'm actually so curious to see how strong my Blaze Wizard would have been if I had actually invested into the damage hexa properly. Like, genuinely curious to see how strong it is. Because I feel like, despite it having low hexa and not as good gear as some of my other 275 characters, it does a lot of damage. It really does. Oh no. Really impressed with the class after the rework. As much as people will push for like non-KMS classes and saying that picking a KMS class is griefing, at the end of the day, man, your progression is so tied to the amount of time that you put in. If you actually want to like do things long-term in the game, honestly, it just always comes down to like playing something you like. Like, there are very strong opinions about how much you grief for not picking a strong class, but like, if you pick a strong class and you end up not liking it, then what's the point? Yeah, it's all, to me, I highly value consistency and enjoyment of the game. Look, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy playing a class that does high damage, right? I'm not saying don't play Kana or don't play Hayato. It's absolutely fine to play the strong classes. But I'm saying, like, playing it only for the sake of damage, like, I can't personally relate to that. Because I also have to like things like the farming. I have to like the playstyle. And the aesthetics, you know, that sort of stuff. I know it's easy for me to say that because I'm playing Kana right now, but I liked Kana for a very long time. I enjoyed playing TP classes in general. Well, I slowly had to be converted. I was very big on the flash jump for quite a while because I was playing Jet. But once I started playing my Battle Mage, man, TP is so much better for me. And then, you know, I had my Kana for the longest time. It's just, I couldn't play the old Kana. The old Kana was too high APM for me. The Tengu weaving was hurting my hands. I can't play that. So my poor Kana, it had like some of the better gear on my account at the time too, but I just dropped the class. I couldn't play it. Because it hurt my hands. Couldn't Tengu weave, couldn't Exo weave. I farmed hell on that though. Like that character already had boss fams before it hit like 270. On the old system, mind you, on the old system. So I was like a Kana enthusiast, and then they reworked it, and they made it better, easier to play for me, and it's strong. You know, all the stars aligned. Stars aligned. I think like going into the game fresh, nothing wrong with picking the best classes in that moment, because it does allow you genuinely to prog faster and further, so then at least you get a taste for the content, right? I think that's like a pretty valid argument. If you're just going to be a seasonal player, there's nothing wrong with picking the strongest classes in that moment, because if you know you're only going to play for like 2 to 3 months at most, you might as well make the most out of your time, right? Like nothing wrong with that. But if you actually enjoy the game and you want to pick a main and stick with it, like you got to take into consideration like more than just damage. Am I planning to put an X on the Erel? He's gonna be ugly forever. Actually, it's funny you say that. Do you know how when we do the challenge world partner thing? Where is it? This thing. You know how when you finish this mission, you get a android of your partner. I was saying to my duo, dude, we're gonna duo hard Seren, and you're gonna have an ugly Erel follow you around. And he's like, that's not happening. You're getting NX and you're gonna make your character pretty. And I'm telling him, nah, you're getting this. You're getting a Challenger World Erel. There's nothing you can do about it. So you have two choices. Either you get Jandals as is, or you don't use that android. You can level up using the EXP. I know I can do that, but for the sake of like content, I'm not going to use that free EXP. Just for this particular level. When it's like inconsequential for my EXP, I'll claim it. But this is like more very specific for the content. Because I don't want to be like in the video, oh yeah, by the way, you can level up if you get your friend to grind 100,000 mobs. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be the case. Drink? Thank you. Getting ignored? No, I'm not ignoring Twitch. I'm ignoring you, Baron. You're trying to drown me, you know? I'm trying to delay it as much as possible. Your Limbo tried H-Limbo, failed at 7% because you got too much erosion. Bro, you gotta get good. You can't be casual anymore. You gotta start being non-casual. Yeah. Now just going back to like the whole main picking sort of thing, this is why it's really hard in MapleStory, right? Because there's so many factors that gets put into like people's enjoyments. As much as it's good to pick classes that you enjoy, there's always going to be an element of damage being a problem, right? Like for example, for me, I really like Pathfinder. I genuinely like that class's aesthetics. And the playstyle seems pretty cool to me, but I know as a fact that the class is weak, right? So it does put it off for me a little bit, because it's like a little bit too weak. And I don't see it getting better anytime soon. Same thing with mechanic, like I love my mechanic, but the class is just not getting any love, so it feels bad. On the other hand, I have classes like Blaze Wizard that were like at the bottom for a while, but it kept getting better. And I genuinely like the class right now because it's in the best state it's been. The gameplay is fluid, it has a dash. You know, it's a Hurricane class, which I really vibe with. The burst actually feels like it does something now. And it's like received a lot of quality of life updates. There's like a lot of things that get put into it. Damage aside, like for example, Wild Hunter's damage didn't really change that much. The distribution of the damage got changed, but I don't think that overall damage got up too much. I really like the new Wild Hunter. Dude, the old Wild Hunter, I don't know what I was thinking picking that class, but those Jaguars ain't it, man. Like outside of the burst, they did nothing. They're just walking around, just waiting to get knocked around by the boss. It was horrible. I don't know how I stuck with that class. But the new reworked Wild Hunter is so much better, and I really like it. New Xenon as well, like it lost a lot of damage since like the 3-minute patch, but now it's like so much easier to play. It really kind of came down to just the class needed to make sense for me to play. I didn't want to play something that was convoluted. And they all coincidentally farm really well, which I really like. If I ever come back to those classes, I know that I could just like revive a Vac Pet or move a Vac Pet over from another character. And I'll have a good time. What's my combat power right now? I think without rentals is about 30 mil. With rentals, I can see it going up like to 45 or 50 at the moment. Maybe a bit more. Once you learn Limbo, you never test. Hopefully not. It's such a waste of time to go into test. The Seagulls familiars? Dude, the Seagulls were goated. Nobody will know about the power of the Seagulls. It's a bygone era. Nobody farms there anymore. I'm telling you guys, they're on something. Because I hit large drop on that, and 3 boss fams on those Seagulls within the span of like 2 weeks. There's something in the waters that the Seagulls are drinking. There was something. It was very suspicious. I still use those Seagulls to this day. I'm a little bit sad that I low rolled 20%. Like, because I still kind of want to go back and farm on my Xenon to fix them, in a way. Gilad, good morning. Ah, grats on your Zerk, by the way. I saw in the chat. I saw you got a Zerk drop. It's very good. A little bit unfortunate on the Twilight mark. But I'm happy that you got a Zerk as a replacement. Reminds me of my hero, dude. I got a Twilight mark on my... Sorry, I didn't get any Twilight marks on my hero. I got 1, right? And this is before we had the safeguarding sort of stuff. And I was waiting for the longest time for a Twilight mark on my hero. I saw 2 Zerks before I saw another Twilight mark. Those things were so rare on that character. But it ended up alright. Emotional roller coaster? Yeah, I can imagine. It feels bad, like, accidentally blowing up things. Trust me, I've been there. It still haunts me to this day. On some of the items I've boomed. Because I didn't safeguard. Accidentally. Actually, funny, like, we were talking about my Kana earlier. It was one of the earliest instances where, like, I did a dumb on that character. Back in the day, we had an event called, the No Boom Room. I'd say, like, about 5 years ago, we had... For Star Forcing, at least. If you wanted to Star Force to 15 from 10. From the stars 12 to 15, there was still a chance that you could blow up your items. And it was still going up and down, by the way, right? So it was really annoying. The amount of times that you would one-tap boom 12 to 13 just to bring it back to 12 is such a waste of time. It was so annoying. But regardless, we had like a rare event every once in a while where if you stood inside a certain room in the event hall, you could get free safeguard to 15 stars. Very convenient at the time. And I got a slime ring, my first slime ring on my Kana, because my friend carried me. I got so excited, I started tapping it, I boomed at 14 to 15, I got so confused. I was like, it's no boom... Oh, I was standing like in the middle of town. Like... I was just standing in the middle of like Moonbridge or something like that, and the slime ring just boomed 14 to 15. I was like, wait, how did that even happen? Oh, I wasn't standing inside the room. And that was the day that I stopped playing my Kana for like a good 3 months. I was just like, nah, it's a sign. It's a sign. Clearly I don't care enough about this character. One of my first slime rings. And those are the times where like getting carried in slime was kind of rare. Because we were still like 3 or 4 manning sea slime, just to put it into context. So getting slime ring priority was genuinely uncommon. So I didn't have the heart to ask my friend to carry me again for another slime ring. I was like, hey, I didn't want to be like, hey, can you take me slime again? I boomed my slime ring because I'm an idiot. You wanted to make Meso drop gear, but you got double prime 3 line on your Twilight mark? Yeah, that's always the case, man. The game knows. The game really knows. Alright, need to pop another VIP. Another EXP voucher. I also recently, I would say like within the last month or two, I boomed my eye patch on my Xenon. I was so sad too. I literally spent the coins to pity for it, right? Like I spent 130 coins and I forgot to safeguard it and it boomed 15 to 16. Oh, it still haunts me, man. It's only been a month. It's haunting me because I feel so stupid about it. It's the only pitch that I'm missing on my Xenon as well. Outside of like a TC and badge. Like outside of those two like rarer items, it's the only one I'm missing. And it's such a cheap upgrade too. It still haunts me. I still remember saying, wow, it's so cheap to tap this. It's only costing me 30 mil per tap. And then it boomed. And I know exactly why it happened too. It's because like I finished tapping 14 to 15 and I moused over the safeguard and I clicked it. But because the animation didn't finish, the click didn't go through. It didn't actually check the box. I did probably physically click my mouse, but I did it too early. And there was like a window. And I confirmed this too. I tried doing this afterwards. There is like a small window when the success goes away, but you can't interact with anything on that screen. And I think that's what must have happened. I think I probably clicked it just too early and it didn't check the safeguard. I feel so stupid, but don't worry. In about 4 weeks, I can buy a new eye patch. And drop on your first end slime. Oh, end slime. That's crazy, actually. End slime's so rare to get a ring. Are we supposed to always safeguard? Safeguarding very dependent on the item. On items that you're gonna actually use as damage or like really important drop gear, like if you're planning on hybriding it, it's pretty valid to safeguard to 18. I know like the 2% sounds low, but it can randomly just happen, right? It's easy to like believe that the rates are rigged as well, which they might be, I don't know. Sometimes it does feel rigged, but at the end of the day, it's a case of like, it can happen. And if you actually need the item to do whatever you want it to do in terms of content, it's not that expensive to safeguard to 18, or even just to 17. If you think the 17 to 18 is too expensive, it's fine to just forego it. In most cases, that's not going to make or break your run. Too fast for the system? Nah, it's more like, I got too excited, you know? I got so excited to like safeguard that eye patch, I clicked it too early. So expensive to safeguard to 18, it really is. It's not cheap. That's why when a lot of people have asked me, you know, like how am I going to approach my pitch, I always tell people I will just safeguard it all the way to 22, right? Even though 18 to 19 and 19 to 20 is expensive, I will still safeguard my pitch. And then people have often asked, you know, like, that's so expensive, like, I can't afford it. And that's fine. I mean, like, a lot of people can't afford to go 3-line attack on their emblem, you know? Something that you go for eventually. It's like, you don't have to rush it. And sometimes you don't make any gains. And that's fine too. Because, think of it like this. Think about how many times you try to go for 3 lines on your accessories, right? If you don't have enough money, there's a very fair chance you have to settle back at 2-line. Does that mean you're not going to cube your items for 3-line in the future? Probably not, right? That's kind of how I'm approaching certain items. It's just a case of like, if I make no gains, it is what it is. But at least I can't go backwards anymore. When does 18-star arcane become weaker than item burning gear? Weaker than item burning? Well, I think that the arcane glove will always win at 18, even against 22-star. The other items might need like 19, perhaps 20, depending on set bonus. I'm not like sure off the top of my head. But the gloves should always be better. There's just the crit damage gloves are too good. Crit damage, if you manage to get crit damage in 1 line of stat, it's like really solid. And even better if you hit 2 lines of crit damage, but that's kind of unlikely. Is there a good map train all the way? Yeah, I'm just gonna sit here. At least I get to pick up everything. If nothing else, I can pick up everything off the floor. And I'm down to try to gamble for a unique, you know? I probably need to stay here for like at least another hour. Which I guess in some senses is a bit of a waste of time, but yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. Zerk and only one arcane box. No superior drops. I like how you're saying only one arcane box. Arcane box is kind of rare. It's easy to think that... I don't know, I think that arcane boxes are genuinely still rare. I don't know how other people perceive those. I feel like if I see one on a particular character in a month, that's a pretty good time. Obviously, in the grand scheme of my account, arcane boxes aren't exactly rare, but I do run like 11 characters per week, right? Through C10 and stuff. So obviously I'm going to see arcane boxes pretty frequently. But the fact that I've seen 2 armor boxes, I think, on this character and a weapon box is kind of crazy to me. That's so lucky. In my perspective. That's nuts. Like, yeah, one armor box, that's pretty cool, you know? You can high roll, but 2, that's crazy. 25 Meister or 24 Suffering is better. No sup bonus. Should be still 24, I think. Definitely check though. I vaguely remember doing the comparison, and it's just because like you get slightly more attack on your star forcing, that 1 star is made up for it. I think this is where like you gotta check. I mean, actually, I can have a quick look. I'm kind of curious for myself now. It's like a Star Force simulator. Let's have a look. Let's see. Superior ring. Let's say I put it at 24 stars. Let's create that. Okay, so a 24 sup ring has 127 stat and 131 attack. You guys can probably hear the sounds in the background. I want to make another item. There's a website that you could use it to compare. Here you go. $25. Okay, so the difference is the Carnage Treasure will have 136 attack versus 131 on the sup, but the sup will have 127 stat versus 108. So it's a 20 stat difference versus a 5 attack difference. So yeah, 20 stat versus 5 attack. 20 all stat for that matter. I look younger today? Thank you. It's because I shaved. I did a clean shave for my friend's wedding over the weekend. I had a lot of people tell me that. I took it as a compliment. Oh yeah, this is the website I was using to like simulate the items if you guys are interested. You get them pretty frequently. 1 per character? 1 per character is crazy. I'd be pretty happy if I saw like 1 per month per character. You can definitely end up low rolling. I remember my battle mage. The entire time that I played in Hyperion up until I soloed Black Mage, I saw only like 2 weapon boxes. So what was that? About 6 months of bosses, maybe a bit more. Maybe it was 8 months. And I saw 0 armor boxes. So I bought my entire set. I paid it up. 30 bill in droplets. Hell yeah. I don't know how people are progging so quickly. Yeah, it's a lot of playtime. That's the simplest way to put it. People who have hit like anywhere past 280 have probably spent a decent amount of time either in the sauna or just grinding. And if you grind for that long to get to 280, because it will take you a while, you get a lot of money along the way, right? Even though we get like lowered rates in Challenger World because we don't have like Legion drop and that sort of stuff, we don't have artifacts, amongst other things, you're still probably making anywhere around like 400 to 500 mil per hour. And it adds up. And there will be players who are able to grind for like, what, 20 to 30 hours a week, let's say, right? That's an extra 10 to 15 bill per week for those players. It adds up. And we can't forget, you know, players can get lucky. Shout out to my mod Shah. Hits, what, 2 40% boss damage fams. Has a 23 slime ring in Challenger World. By the way, that was like a first tap. It was so funny. Legit, 2 22-star slime rings. And then they say, check this out. 1 taps it to 23. Like, luck is a powerful stat to have in MapleStory. Luck is a powerful stat. You don't need to be good at MapleStory sometimes to get further in the game. Sometimes you just need to be lucky. I would rather be lucky than good, to be honest. I would very much be... I would rather be lucky. Being lucky is fun. So yeah, I would even say that my prog, compared to like a normal player or an average player, is still quite a ways ahead. So, and I'm playing this casually in my perspective, but I know for a fact that there will be players who play like maybe at most half an hour a day, and maybe they don't even play every day. You know, like it compounds pretty quickly how much playtime it is. Like, I've shared this like kind of perspective a few times. If you are somebody who plays half an hour a day, let's say, and maybe 5 days a week, so that's at most like 2.5 hours a week, right? Compare that to me, for example, who might play on my Erel 2.5 hours in 1 day. So I had your entire week's worth of playtime in a single day. Obviously, I'm gonna be ahead, right? I'm literally gonna have 7 times the playtime by the end of the week. And that's even more so the case for other players that do this as well. Like if you look at Misusing and the Twins, they like full sent their Erels, right? At least I'm assuming the Twins picked Erel. And yeah, and they're even crazier, right? Because Misusing is on his Erel subathon right now. 10 plus hours a day. You're not gonna catch up to that unless you match those pacing. And on top of that, he's an experienced player too. And then I believe he paid for a lot of the passes. So all these things add up, and of course you're gonna feel like you got gapped. How can you not be gapped if you compare it to that sort of playtime? Bro's literally doing that as a job, like quite literally. He's also lucky, yeah. We don't even take into account luck, right? That's a whole different beast. This is my job too, yeah, but I'm casual. That's different. I'm a casual player. I play too many characters. I can't be considered in the same realms as those guys. Does it mean I'm bad at my job? No, it just means my specialty is different. I don't play one character for that long. I think like it was kind of an anomaly that I stuck with my Kana for a while. Like it was quite funny to see people say, "Wow, you're still playing your Kana? It's been 2 months." What do you mean you're still playing your Kana? Usually you swap mains by now. They're not wrong though. It's got 2 characters in Challenger World rank already? Yeah, that's crazy. That being said though, when it comes to streaming, I do definitely have lower stream times than they do. They've got the endurance I don't have. I get so tired by the time that we hit like 4 or 5 hours into a stream, and they're streaming for up to like what, 8, 10, sometimes longer hours? Nah, my voice gives up. But that might be like them just being, you know, better with their voice control. I think I talk too loud. I can't help it though. It's in my blood. Come to SG for a drink. I mean, if you want to pay for my flights, Gibson, I might consider it. Thoughts? Love your prog. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. Gibson would actually do it. I wouldn't put past him. Voice is pleasant to listen to. I appreciate that. Yeah, whenever I do my earlier streams, like probably also tomorrow, I do have to keep in mind that I should probably talk a little bit like quieter. Maybe I could like move the microphone a bit closer to my face, or maybe it doesn't even make a difference. But sometimes when I get really into like a conversation or something, I do like raise my volume, and then I can feel my voice dying later in the day. Because it is like a vocal strain, right? I try my best though. I think the worst day was the one where I sat down and did all of my bosses week 1 for C10E. It was a lot of bossing, so I was already tired. And then I was recording for 7 to 8 hours as well. That was a hard day. A hard day for the voice. Pay for my drinks? Alright, mate. I'll keep that in mind. If I ever come to Singapore. Crimson World Keep? Oh, Crimson Wood Keep. I don't think I ever did this content. Yeah, I don't think I've ever done this content. Had to learn every boss from C10E upwards. Yeah, they've added a lot of bosses since then. Come to the Kansai region. I'll keep that in mind too. Almost up to a bill. Yeah, actually within an hour. So tomorrow, I'll definitely try Black Mage tomorrow. I think that'll be good content on stream. I don't know if I'll be able to do it today because I don't have the money. I also need to check my Arcane Force and stuff like that. I haven't done any of the math for that. I would really like to be 1. Whatever times 1.1, 1.3. I don't know what I'll reach. Don't think I'm reaching 1.3 though. 1.1 is definitely doable though. Record shop expiring and we meant to use our coins. I would recommend you buying them because all the stuff in the shop that you didn't buy is going to expire anyway. So if you haven't already, definitely buy out the fragments, the star spec boxes, and the Punch King tickets. They're the best things to buy, I think. You can also buy the node stones if you need them, but that's very prog dependent. Can I check the shop in here actually? Yeah. Oh yeah, and the vouchers. Probably these 4 things are the best things to buy out. I would prioritize the Punch King and the frags the highest, and then the star spec box after that. And then if you have leftovers, like the XP tickets are good. There's also a chance that they just refresh the shop after the reset, or after the event release. So I think there's just like no reason not to buy out the stuff, because the resources are good. I think I'll be able to clear hard Kai. That's the goal. I want to try to get to 280, and then at least attempt Kai. I'm still quite a ways away from it. I think it'll probably take me at least a month to get to Kai at my pacing, unless I really like sit down and grind on this character, which, you know, could be the case. New shop has different items? Yeah. If they have different items, then that's fine. I would still recommend buying out that shop because we'll get a bunch more coins anyway. Is Vac Pet transferable over the same branch? Yeah. So like all the explorers can share the Vac Pet if you put it back into the cash shop and then take it back out again. You can't share between like Cygnus Knights and explorers though. There will be some items that will say they aren't able to be put in the cash shop. For example, I think this hat, yeah, this hat cannot be moved into the cash shop. So just keep that in mind. Universal cash shop? That is a very long gone dead dream for a lot of us. After this, we'll try to tear up some fams. I'll have enough money, enough cards to try maybe once or twice on Unique. The epic one should be level 5, yep. So that'll be a nice, I guess, exit from this area. Best case is we actually get the Unique. Worst case, it is what it is. I'm not coming back to these dogs anytime soon. Free reign collab will ruin you. Won't be just you, it'll be other people too. Don't worry, you guys can be sad and poor together. Or happy and poor, depends on whether or not you hit. Yeah. I'll see if I can get my Erel to solo Black Mage. I'm a little bit scared. I don't know if I have the focus anymore to sit in Black Mage for longer than 40 minutes. That's the honest truth. Like, even if I am technically able to solo, I don't know if I got that focus in me anymore. I don't know how I did it so many times. Unk? I'm just lazy. But maybe you're right. Making BM a 30-minute fight? Actually, they're making it a 20-minute fight. Kinda crazy, right? In the future update, they're gonna shorten every boss down to 20 minutes, including Black Mage. And they're adjusting the HPs accordingly too. So Black Mage, after the changes, will have less HP than V-Healer does right now. Isn't that crazy to think about? And now what that means is that there's going to be a new form of boss mules that you guys can make. Just Black Mage boss mules. And it sounds crazy, but it's actually probably easier to make a Black Mage boss mule, in terms of money at least, than it is to make a C10E mule. Because you only need to sit through that Black Mage run once, and you get 4.5 bill, right? Assuming they keep it the same. They'll probably reduce the money a little bit. But, yeah. Crazy, right? Yeah, think of it, like, just think about it for a second. Black Mage is gonna have less HP than V-Healer does right now, after the changes. So Black Mage mules are definitely on the table, but I will warn you guys before you get too excited, it's still not easy to make those Black Mage mules because you need Arcane Force. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not exactly enamored when it comes to doing my Arcane River dailies or weeklies. Like, I hate it. This is the worst part of my day. Like, I hate Monster Park, but I realize I hate this more. Like, this part right here, Vanishing Journey, Choo Choo, like, all these, I hate them, man. I hate them. It's the worst. Play a lot after. Bossing is the worst part for you. Yeah, they cut it across the board too, right? So like all the C10E bosses go from 30 down to 20. So as a result, they also get reduced 2/3 of their HP. For most players, that's just straight up a damage increase, right? Like if you're already able to clear the bosses, you're just clearing the bosses a whole 30% faster now. It's just kind of like a 30% FD increase. They're also doubling the arcane daily. It's not about the speed of it for me. Like, I know they're getting better. It's pretty fast from what I remember, for example, right? Like, I remember back in the day, you do like so many mob kills, specific mob kills back then too, remember? Like, you didn't have to kill generic mobs. It was like, you had to go and kill specifically these mobs, these lantern erders or whatever they were called. Didn't matter. Yeah, it's just the concept of me chasing around these mobs, I just can't be bothered, man. I only tolerate it on my Kana because I need the Sacred Force. Nothing was more disappointing than doing Vanishing Journey and then getting the Erda that, like, respawned. I don't know if you know which ones I'm talking about. Like, towards the bottom of the map, there's, like, the little lantern. The guy that holds the lantern, and then when you kill it, it becomes the lantern. And then you had to go kill, like, 200-300 of those guys. I don't remember how many you had to kill, but it was a lot. You go kill those guys. You hand in the quest. Here you go. 5 symbols. Or 10 symbols. I don't even remember how much it was, but it wasn't a lot. Almost as bad as Scrapyard, genuinely. How's it going? I'm doing well, thank you. Just grinding right here. Almost 275. Simpler days? Yeah, it was simpler days. The game's very different. But it makes you appreciate some of the changes they've made in the, like, since then. I'm glad sometimes that, like, power creep exists because doing that on multiple characters does not sound like fun. This game would not survive. You make up... Oh, dude, the picking up the drops from the mobs. Don't even remind me, man. That was out... I completely forgot about that. Oh my god, you have to go collect specific maps. Oh my god, that... No way, man. Double the sacred dailies? Soon they will increase it. I don't think it's double, but it's like 50% more. Get the event procs? Oh my god, yeah. Those events where you had to coin cap by picking up the coins. Holy moly, if you didn't have a pet on a mule, you couldn't... There was this one event, I remember, it dropped like little suns on the floor or something like that. I remember like farming on a random mule in Choo Choo and just picking up these suns and these coins off the floor to coin cap. Because you couldn't buy out the shop if you didn't coin cap on 1 or 2 extra characters or something like that. The game has definitely improved since those days. Oh yeah, the no loot room. Nobody knows the pain of trying to swap like over from your damage gear to your drop gear in V-Healer. And you're just sitting in the corner hoping that V-Healer leaves you alone. Or will. That's also pretty bad. You just die, respawn, use resistance link, and then try to swap as many gears as you could. Oh, the worst was the rings. Oh, ring swapping into your drop gear in the middle of the fight. Hell nah. Yeah, people die out during the swap. 100%. 100%. I was not an exception to that rule too. I've definitely died out of bosses because I was trying to swap gear. This game can be high-key ass? Yeah. It is so much better now than it was before. I will say though that I think that genuinely, in my experience playing this game over the last 5 or so years, that those times were definitely easily the worst. The game has been on a meteoric rise in terms of quality of life ever since the Explorer revamp. You die as they kill it? Oh my god, that is true. If you died when they killed the boss, you got nothing. Oh my god. You died to a will stomp right before they kill it, you don't get anything. Oh my god. Truly different times back then. That will happen. But yeah, ever since the Explorer revamp, the game has been like on the up and up, and it hasn't looked back for the better. But yeah, also hello Shah. Alright, you are good luck. So I expect you to grant me this 40% boss damage, fam. Alright, we get at least 3 tries here. Oh. Oh, it's so fast now. Wow. Speedrun depression. Back into the mines we go. Alright. Wait, do I not have a teleport rock anymore? Come on, man. I'll ban myself instead. It's alright. It's not your fault, it's the game's fault. It's the game's fault. $28 monster parks a day? Yeah, nah, I refuse. I do 14 at best, and that's it. I did 21 for a few days, and then I gave up. Yeah, the game overall has definitely gotten a lot better. We've gone past the dark days. We can only... Can't even say reminisce, just vaguely remember those days. The more you think about old Maple, the worse it gets. Just don't think about it anymore. Feels almost necessary. It does feel like that sometimes. For me, I think my laziness has like overcome the FOMO, you know? More tolerable than you thought. It depends on like what your goals are. Like if you have like set goals, then Monster Park can feel like pretty efficient, right? Like, I do think that it's really worthwhile doing if you can be bothered. Don't get me wrong. They're just lazy. Bought you the Erel pass. What a homie. Jailed you for good. Hello, Jelly. Welcome. Good to see you. Just trying to get the last couple of percentages. What? Another 3 and a bit percent. Remember the buff freezer era? Of course. Yeah, actually, one of my friends, he used to stream. Shout out to Jackie, by the way. He used to stream, and I remember this one moment when he was doing, I think it was H Lucid solo or something. And then he had only one buff freezer. He realized that mid-run that he had one buff freezer, jumps down into Dragon, dies, and loses all his buffs, and he's just like molding on stream. That's... I gotta go find that clip at some point. It makes me laugh every time I see it. Funny guy. And then you lose your G skills. Your G skills are on cooldown for another hour. You know, you can't leave the boss because if you leave the boss, you're locked out of the boss for half an hour. You know, it just keeps getting better. You know, that's the combo, you know. Buff freezes was a full combo into depression. Step 1, pop G skills. Step 2, forget buff freezes. Step 3, go into a boss, die. You have no buff freezes, no G skills, no boss. Just AFK in the event map? See, that's assuming that we even had AFK event maps. I don't think they were that common back then. I don't remember having AFK maps that often. A lot of the AFK maps were just for traits as well. Oh, you're talking to the other guy. I see. No, I took that comment out of context. It was responding to somebody else. I do remember using those AFK maps a lot for charm. Anyone else remember doing that? Or ambition and stuff like that? Like, I would have extra characters I'm working on, and I don't have any trait boost potions. I remember AFKing in those rooms, and if you stand in the, like, specific color, you would gain, like, charm or empathy or whichever one corresponding to the color. And I think there also was an AFK room for EXP, but it was very, very weak. If they ever did that. Oh yeah, the pre-quests. What pre-quests were there need to do? You had to do Magus pre-quests, you had to do a little bit of stuff for Empress, or like Cygnus. There was a Pinot pre-quest, Lotus Damien pre-quests. What else? CRA, you had to do 10 normal Root Abyss runs. He's getting better. Pink Bean, you needed to go collect the masks. Yo, I love Maple Story. What are these cans coming out of your mouth? Oh my god. Yeah, Maple Story was just not friendly to multiple characters back then. Nowadays, it's so much more Legion friendly. That is one thing that I really like for you guys, because I did those pre-quests on so many characters back in the day to make them into boss mules. And this is before it was like fully account-wide. And I remember when those changes came out, I was like, I wish I had those so much. Like, I'm so happy for you guys not having to do all these like stupid like pre-quests. Even for like your first character, some of them you don't have to do anymore at all. Because before, you still had to do it on your first character for some aspects. Like Lotus and Damien, I think you had to do it at least once, but then they just abolished it completely. Nobody has to do Heroes of Maple anymore. Hello Daniel, good morning. I brought them back? Unlucky. I think if I recall correctly, there's probably, like in my original Paladin series, I probably did the Pink Bean pre-quest as part of training, if that makes sense. I feel like that's something that we used to do. You hit level 140 or 130 or whatever, and you just go to the Temple of Time to just do the Pink Bean pre-quest as you grind. Because otherwise you can't access Pink Bean anyway. You used to not be able to skip Arcane River? Yeah, you had to go do that on every character. Oh, the worst one of all. Labyrinth of Nightmares. Oh my god, who remembers doing Lab? The OG Labyrinth was the worst. Oh my god. Suddenly. Do you guys remember doing Labyrinth pre-quest? And then every time you needed to do V-Healer, you needed to do the Labyrinth as a team? Bro, some people just got lost in that maze. They just straight up just got lost. You're just sitting there at the exit being like, come on guys, I need people out of here. And then if you died out, you had to do the maze again. Oh my god. Hell nah. Dude, modern Maplers would not survive doing V-Healer if the mace existed still. They would not survive the maze. It's too much effort. Don't we love reminiscing the worst parts of this game? It makes you really think about how did we tolerate this back in the day? Honestly, the answer was probably because we didn't know any better. We all played MapleStory initially for the same reasons. We just got bored. Slightly nostalgic for the game. And we got nothing better to do because we couldn't leave the house. At least some of us couldn't leave the house. Because I came back when like COVID was a thing, and I can't really speak for other places, but Melbourne was like, we just couldn't leave the house really. But yeah. We were trauma victims. It was like a combination of all of that, and also we played through some of the worst star forcing aspects as well. Because I think at that time when I was playing at least, the overwhelming mentality when it came to gear was 22 or bust. I don't know if that was the case for a lot of you guys, but it was like a pretty overwhelming approach to star forcing, being like, you're not done until you're done. And you can get very unlucky going for 122 at a time. You know, that will break people. Definitely broke me at the time. It broke my cousin too when we were playing together. It was me, my cousin, and another friend of ours, and we all went into a star forcing event with roughly the same amount of money, and our friend hit 3 or 4 22s in about 30 bill, let's say. It was pretty cheap for back then. And then between me and my cousin, 60 bill between the two of us, none of us hit a single 22, and we were just broken inside. Nothing can hurt me in terms of probability anymore like that. Like, when I hear my friends complain about losing a 50-50 3 times in a row, I'm just like, oh, you sweet summer child. I don't say it to them, but I just think to myself, man, I wish I could fail for 50% in a row and feel like okay about it. Losing a 10% 42 times in a row. The closest thing to that, JH, was I failed a 20% 20 times in a row. That's kind of close. You know, math kind of checks out. But no. Also, I don't know if you guys remembered back then, the star forcing, the old star forcing version. So we have like the newest version with the stars and the new UI, right? But on the old UI, if you guys remember it, with like the old upgrading system, there was a period of time when I was playing when the animation was twice as long as it used to. Twice as long. So every tap had like a 5-second animation of you going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, or just staying down the entire time. That was, in hindsight, some of the worst versions of star forcing. I should never have played MapleStory because of that. Like, every individual tap was like 5 seconds long. And it could go down. So you spend like an hour star forcing and you've spent like 10 bill. Now, 10 bills in 5 seconds. I would much 100% prefer that. I don't care if I zero out. The whole point of an event is to spend all your money, right? Like, zeroing out is whatever. The whole point was to spend your money, but if it took an hour to spend your money, like, it's like the current cubing right now. Current cubing is like slow as hell. Because the animations are really long, right? It's so boring. Like, just take my money and give me what I want. Or take my money and not give me what I want, whatever. That works too, I guess. Huh, the bonk. The bonk sound lives like rent-free in my head. The sound of fail on a star forcing star. It was so much more loud and I don't know, like it shakes your soul Anyone else feel that? Or how about the sound of things breaking? Now it's so much more gentler. It's like your item just poofs in a wisp of smoke, right? But back then when your item broke, it's like your PC exploded. I don't know. They had really good sound design. Like MapleStory has very good sound design. Maybe a little bit too good. Maybe the sound design is a little bit too effective. I probably have a clip somewhere on my computer where it was just like the old star forcing. That being said though, it did feel pretty good when the success hit. So it goes both ways. They got us by the balls right there. The dopamine of hearing the success, seeing it from 21 to 22, holy. Yeah, we were definitely playing a different game back then. DMT used to be all equips, yeah. And then the game got too popular, and then on DMT the game broke. I remember doing a DMT, like one of the first ones that I participated in, and it was like pretty functional. And then the game got, like, kind of had a resurgence. Probably like at the same time I was playing because, you know, COVID and stuff like that. And there were like some big events going on. A lot of people came back, DMT happened. Literally unplayable for the 2 hours that DMT was a thing. There were 3 2-hour sessions, and the game was literally unplayable. I wish I could emphasize how unplayable it was. You could not do anything. It wasn't just the cubing. The game could not even... You couldn't even grind. You couldn't do anything. You couldn't teleport out of the map. You couldn't change channels. The game was just dead for 2 hours. And the moment the DMT ended, then the game was back to normal. And then when they did the next cycle on the next day, unplayable again for 2 hours. And then they had to try to find a new way to doing DMT. And I just remember being at the time being like, I don't understand why they're so stingy with DMT. If they're gonna make a big event for people to cube, it's not like people have unlimited money. Just let it be the whole day. Like, what do you have to lose making the event the whole day? Which is what they did now. But they got so scared they split it into like a bunch of different items. Yeah, DCing in MapleStory, getting memory leaks was part of the experience. Oh, who remembers doing this before bossing? Who remembers restarting their game before bossing? I remember being part of parties where it's like, okay, let's do Hard Lucid together. 6-man party. Can't clear it without the 6-man, right? So you go in 6-man party. Oh, wait, I've been online for more than an hour. Let me restart my game. I don't want a mem leak. I remember that. Oh, I feel like grinding today. Let me restart my client so I don't mem leak in the middle of my session. Then you pop your totem, and then your game crashes after popping your coupons. Lose all your coupons. W. Am I giving people trauma? Does it hurt you as much as it hurts me? Went from 26 to 31 and 20 bill on your Kana. That's pretty good. 5 bill game for 20 bill? Pretty good. Like, making those big jumps early is, like, actually pretty hard. I feel like whenever I make gains on my characters early on, it only goes up, like, 1 or 2 mil. And going up 5 bill for 20 bill, it's pretty good. Oh, and who remembers the existence of Prime channels? Prime channels, the ones that lag less, so then you can get better rates. Holy moly. You know you were gonna have a good time when you're on your Kana farmer on a Prime channel. Holy. Can't take it anymore. I'm having too much fun reminiscing how bad the game was back then. Get DC'd, your map is gone. Yup. I do not miss the days of being locked onto a totem for 2 hours though. I didn't know any better back then, but now I could not do that. The half an hour wealths were easily one of the best things they ever did for this game. The half an hour wealth acquisition potions. One small change, and suddenly the entire player base is like significantly healthier. I gotta put it like that. It was sitting down for 2 hours grinding is not healthy. I say that as like while I'm like streaming full time. You know, probably not the best for my health. But at least I can do different things every half an hour. I don't feel like I'm locked for 2 hours. That's why I liked my Kana back then. You could just grind as long as you wanted. Kishin was so good. God, I miss Kishin so much. Give me back Kishin. Give everybody decent Kishin. Call it a day. Have to die so you don't overlevel? Yeah. The Kana meta was very fun. For some people at least. Iron servers a decent Kishin? Yup. No. I want to get a fam on the way out. I don't think I'll be able to get another one. Should I do the thing I did on my Ren, where I just stayed here until I got the unique? Thoughts? Love NLC. Yeah, I remember going to NLC for the first time when I was a kid. I remember being fascinated with the area. Just like taking the teleporter and going around. Staying until 14? Surely not. What am I up to now? Should be like 5? I'm up to the 5th try. Surely not, right? Brute Force 280 did 110 boosts. It's not your greatest moment. Yup. Daily reminder that if you guys have express boosters, it's okay to do a few of them a day. Because otherwise you're going to be in for a very, very fun time. Let's see what this is. 14 out of 14. Holy moly. I've always said that like if I hit 14 out of 14 on like Hyperion, I would go for a cool unique fam. Hasn't come up yet, But the one day that happens, I'm gonna have a unique peach monkey or something. I'll farm enough peach monkeys to get it to unique. One's decent, the other one's trash? Yeah. There are a lot of trash lines. It's just such an old school like aspect in this game where the developers will put garbage lines, so then you will have to keep trying, right? Well, for all intents and purposes, the outline of your character in black, it might as well just say like 2% defense, you know? Like, it doesn't matter what it says, people will find something to be sad about. It just so happens that the outline in black one is just like very common. If it wasn't outline in black, it'd be something else. That's how I think about it. When it comes to fams, either you hit and get something good, or it's gonna be garbage regardless of what the lines say. It might as well just be blank at that point, right? So I try not to think about it too much. It's just a grindy system, but we're all playing a grindy game, so shouldn't be too surprised. Save Express boosted hand, have a 9-hour session. True. True. That's how you know you're in for a good time. Alright, there is a small chance we can get enough cards in the next 5 minutes or so to be able to try again for another unique. Then again, I'm probably here for another half an hour anyway, because I don't think I'm leveling up. I'm at 80, like 98% here. Yeah, probably need at least another 15 minutes. At least. I do have some like 2x coupons that I could just use. Don't need to use the 3x coupon. $1.2 bill, nice. You're gonna wait for the vac pet from the update. Best case scenario, we'll get the vac pet from the Kinesis as a tradable pet. Worst case scenario, I'll just do exactly what I'm doing here. I'm just gonna farm manually and just loot manually. Spring 1 seems okay, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Not ideal, but I don't really want to pay for a vac pet. Like, my intention of playing this Erel was to do it as free to play as possible. Like, the only thing I have paid for is giving auto feed to my pets. Honestly, they should make auto feed a Maple Rewards thing. If nothing else. You're at Spring 1 right now? Yeah, that's gonna be me very soon. Will I buy free win collab comes? Probably not. I don't really have a need for more vac pets. All the characters that I play already either have a vac pet or they're done. And I don't really plan on like pushing them again. My Kana at the moment has 2 Demon Slayer vac pets, so I'm pretty chill in that regard. Cap dog, yeah. The procs are pretty good, actually. The event procs are very good. Definitely adds up. 15% a day? Yeah, that sounds about right. Because you get about, like, what, 7% from Monster Park alone? Maybe a bit more. I don't know the exact number. And then you do your dailies, probably gives you another % or so. You do the dog procs, gives you another 3%. So yeah, at least 10% a day. At least. Sorry, I'm just trying to do something on the other screen here. It's been a year. Yeah. Our collabs tend to be kind of slow, hey. Wait, did we get enough? Oh, we actually got enough cards to do another attempt. Alright. Is the 5th one the magic number? Surely. I tend to pop the boosters if I see a liberated rune. Because otherwise I'm just gonna hold them all onto haste. I have a few anyway. I have some VIP boosters. I don't remember where I got these from. The express boosters doesn't matter when you use them. As long as you use them. Alright, we'll take a short break from grinding, even though I'm pretty close to leveling up. Let's see. Alright, place your bets. Am I gonna be sad or not? Come on. You can do it. Unique. No. I don't want to farm anymore on that map. Oh, maybe I'll do another half an hour anyway to level up. I do have some 2x coupons I could just use. Alright. I don't want to use any more MVPs as well. Well, I have one more 3x coupon I could use. But then again, when am I going to use this? 15 minutes. Oh, these must be rest coupons. Oh. Oh. Maybe something like that. Could get essence. Am I gonna grind a little bit more later? Possibly. That's okay. Cards are like... I get plenty from them, just like my dailies. Of course the liberated rune shows up when I'm using a 2x coupon. What do you do if the unique fam's a bust? I mean, it is what it is. I just want to see what it is as a unique. I'm too invested. If it doesn't go to unique, I'm gonna sit here. I'm stubborn. We're gonna come out of this place with a unique. I'm believing in my luck. Oh, if this goes green, I level up. Never mind. I've actually seen a fair amount of treasure chests. I just didn't get any good ones. Have I got 14 out of 14 before? No. I've been close a few times, but I've never hit 14. I've hit like 11 and 12 a few times. But not 14. Hello JH, welcome back. 2 more hours of grind? I should be able to level up within the next half an hour. Oh, but I mean, if you're talking about the cards, I might be here for 2 hours. Hello, Alan. Yeah, I used a lot of EXP stuff. They had a lot of EXP vouchers, and I did all my things like Angler Company and whatnot. Got them all out of the way. MPE, Monster Park. It's a lot of free EXP I used. But now, I'm mostly here actually for the money. I can't afford my rental gears yet. I want to buy the rental gears tomorrow. Not to double dip, but then I want to be able to clear Black Mage tomorrow, perhaps. What's the strat for pitch from 18? I would do 4 all the way from 18 to 22. It'd be expensive, but I personally think that the pitch, at least on a main, is worth the price. If it was a mule, I wouldn't even consider tapping it until I had like maybe a spare or something. Otherwise, I would also just safeguard it all the way. When does it change? Where everything isn't 2x coupon anymore? Might be the next major patch. So like, not in a few days, but like the one after September maybe? I think the only time that I wouldn't fully safeguard pitch is on a mule that has a spare. Then I can be cheap. But if it's on my main, I would just do 4 all the way, and then just hope that it goes not too expensive. You never left? I see. This guy is just like randomly bored and just trolling me. W comms. I'm actually really enjoying how many cards I'm getting, even though this is a small map. I really hope that the Vac Pet is transferable. Oh my god, I'll be so happy. Then I'll feel so vindicated putting money into these hybrids. I think it's mathematically correct to just do 4 for 20 above anyway. I know like 20 to 21 is like really easy, but there's no point spending all that money using like your resources getting to the easy star just to be a little bit too cheap on it. It's not even that expensive compared to the other stars. It's like you spent all that money tapping 18 to 19 and 19 to 20. And then the 20 to 21, even with full safeguard, probably isn't even that expensive compared to 19 to 20. And you just cheaped out on it for no reason. At least that's how I see it. They're not gonna make it tradable? Probably not. But I want to cope. Please, 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 please. Don't have the mental fortitude. Yeah, it's only because it's easy on this map though. There's only like I'm looting the middle platform while placing down my summons, which is like super chill. Running across the bottom takes no effort. Running across the top is a little bit annoying because there's like few jumps and stuff, but it's not too bad. Did I loot everything? Nope. Alright, I'm gonna keep an eye out on my my fams here. As soon as it hits 75 points, we'll try again. I think this map is a lot more tolerable as well because there's still like an element of downtime, right? I still can just sit around for a little bit. If I was moving the entire time, it would be a lot worse. Is there a site? Probably just the same one as usual. I think that one's up to date, right? Like Math Bros one. I don't know if there's like a new calculator standard. I become pro like me. What do you mean? I'm just a bit of a leech. It's not about being good, it's about being lucky. Yep. I'll probably put this away now. What's the goal for this after Challenger World? Probably just a really fast C10 mule. If I can do N7 in one cycle, I'll be pretty happy with that. But more likely, it's going to be like my Legion champs, where I do H7, E Carlos, E Adversary on it, or something like that. I think it'll probably end up being strong enough to do that post-transfer, because I'll probably give it all the mesos required to get to like 21-star Arcanes, for example, 22 or 21-star everything else. It'll be pretty strong. Like, if it's in the same realm as my Corsair and my Ren, I'd be pretty happy. FOMO when you see some of them in Gear Dock. I feel this kind of the same way right now, seeing some of my friends in Talahart. I'm just like, man, it'd be cool to be there too. But then I realized I didn't put the time and effort into getting to that spot, so they're like what am I daydreaming about? You know what I mean? You can't be like hoping you're there as well if you didn't put the time yet into it. That's my mentality. Almost there, guys. 0.5%. Probably another 10 minutes or so from there. Yeah, I think it would be nice if this Erel was just like a really fast C10 mule, along the lines of my Ren, Corsair, and Battle Mage. But the fact that it will be like level 280 by that point, it'll probably end up being at least that fast. But in terms of like faster than that, I'm not sure. I think I need to farm 5 energy right now. That's my next milestone. I need 10 Spear of Light. I think my Spear of Light's supposed to go all the way up to 19, so I'm gonna slowly work my way there. I would say Erel has been pretty impressive so far. I definitely enjoyed this character more than I expected. Maybe because it's simple. Simple and strong is always a nice combination. I felt kinda similar when I played my Hero. Didn't expect myself to enjoy Hero that much. I ended up liking it. Do you guys have any characters you weren't really that sold on, and then you made it, played it, and you enjoyed it? Yeah, actually, one of my favorite things about Erel is actually the HP shield. I think that thing is so broken. I think the HP shield is so strong. Only 10%? Yeah. It's 30%. 100% uptime too. It's crazy strong. Not having to wear HP fams in V-Healer, such a privilege. So tanky. Somehow I always still find a way to die in Darknail though. So close to Shang? Yeah, we're almost there. 0.4. Well, actually 0.35. Yeah, probably another, like, 7 minutes or something. Unless I randomly get a chest, and then it should actually level me up. Almost any of the chests will level me up. It'll be very funny to see like 99.95, and then the diamond chest spawns. No waps. I'm saving that for the 275 onwards. I probably should have been using a wealth the entire time, but I didn't really think about crafting them. Low-key kind of got lazy about thinking about it. The XP bar is the boss? Yep. Almost there. We're doing it, guys. I'm constantly looking at this too because I'm excited to try to go for this unique again. Because I will be stubborn. I will sit here until we get to the end. Oh, I'll need to pop a new coupon soon. Want to do after 275? Honestly, probably just kind of figure out how I'm going to farm post 275. Assuming I don't have a vac pet. I think that's a pretty safe assumption, not having a vac pet. I think it also wouldn't be a bad idea to consider how I'm gonna like plan for Black Mage and stuff like that. That'd be good too. Okay, I think I can probably solo Black Mage. But it wouldn't hurt to, you know, try to figure out how to get more damage and stuff. Outside of just getting my rentals. So there's a part of me that kind of wants to grind even more for some more money. I kind of regret not, you know, spending more money on my gloves. Like, that'd be a nice damage boost, but I probably can solo it without it. As long as it's not 59 minutes. That's all I ask for, right? Like, I can't be bothered when it comes to 59 minutes. There's too many. Senior employee, bro. This guy is not even, like, part of Big Blue House. Get this guy out of here. You search from channel 60? Oh. Why am I in channel 1? Oh, I know why I'm in channel 1. I was doing Monster Park before. Wait, Gibson, you changed channels 60 times to go find me? You good, bro? He definitely started at 60 and worked his way up to me. There's no shot this guy went through all 60 channels. I mean, to be fair, I usually am in channel 60. Is Hybrid the one that Double is in? I'm not sure. I haven't jumped into his stream. Well, while he was, at least while he was on his Erel. Or like Challenger World or anything. More fun with the training buddy. True. Oh, this guy's got an ET. It's too good. Now, Gibson's only usually here for one reason. Usually he's just here to play rock, paper, scissors. Then hopefully he gets like a free fame. But you know, if you think about it, if I defame him right here, it puts him at -1. You can't play rock, paper, scissors if you're at -1. That's just how the system works. So I could take away his fun right here, right now. Thoughts? What's he gonna do about it? This is gone forever. Oh, you already did it this month? Okay. There's no point. We're so close, guys. 275 is within reach. .05. What OST is this? This is Ninja Castle. Outside. It says castle outside. Alright, home stretch, everybody. We have 1 or 2 more spawn waves, and we hit 275. Honestly, that was more grinding today than I kind of expected to do, but I'm not complaining. Got a decent amount of money as well along the way, because I kind of needed the money for my rentals. And there we go. 275, W. Big points as well. We actually get a decent amount of points for the Challenger World thing, don't we? Get like 1,000 points or something. Slowly getting to master. Pretty good. Actually, how many points does that put us on? It's like 50,000 now, almost. Yeah, look at that. 4950. Oh, well, rather 49,500. So I need another 15,000 points. That's not happening anytime soon. Nice. And the best part is, like, you guys were part of the video now. Well, at least some of you guys are. Alright, Alright, now I can peacefully farm the last 8 minutes here. Alright. I have 1.4 as well. Plenty of money for rentals. Alright, I almost have enough. If I use all of my cards, I'll have enough for one try at a unique. Alright. 26 and 58. Oh, actually, that's more than enough. 12. So that's 24. So now I need 51. Alright. Surely, right? Can't be disappointed again. Alright, great. I locked myself out. Oh my god. They spawn the moment. I'm too slow, guys. Don't have the APM to click through everything. Brain's too slow. Congrats, thank you. Alright, I killed the wave. Go quick. Select all. Fuse. Oh my god, it's the random, like... it's the random dusk that just, like, clips something in the far distance that I can't see. I've given up, guys. I can't do it, my hands are too slow. I'll just do it when I get to town. It's fine. Move back, seems surreal. Yeah, it's not ideal, but, you know, it gets the job done. Gets the job done. If I don't grind, then I'm not gonna get EXP. That's how it is. Yes! Oh, yes! Even better. We got a unique on the way out. Very good. Yes, we're not jailed here, guys. We're not jailed anymore. Thank God. I didn't want to stay here longer than I had to. No, 14 out of 14. Come on, man. Let's not be like that. Alright, there'll be plenty of fam jailing when I get to the next region anyway. Easy boss incoming. Low-key, I kind of want a large drop more than a boss damage, fam. Like, boss damage is great and all. Like, I love damage. But I love drop rate. I'll wait until I get to town to open it. Yeah, what a nice exit gift. One unique fam. Might not be good, but I'll take it. Then we'll get another symbol as well. I can finally use all these arcane symbol selectors, or like these symbol selectors I had for ages. Can chuck all of these into the new one. I think we get some more as well here. Yeah. No, that's the title. Is this one? Yeah, I haven't claimed these yet. 100 of them. So at least I can get a decent amount of stat from that. But I'll do that after. Might leave that for the video, so I have something to talk about. Man, they actually give us so many fragments. I was kind of expecting to hit the fragment wall earlier, but I'm still energy gated. Kind of crazy. It's just, it kind of shows how much free stuff they've given us in this event. At least for, like, somebody who hasn't really grinded. I guess I did technically lose 9 energy because one of those weeks I didn't get the 9 energy, but other than that, like, yeah. 1.8k frags, yeah, it's crazy. Are you using the 5k mobs, Gibson, on your character? Because I think that I'd be somewhere similar if I didn't as well. I've been doing the 5k frags on my Erel since they fixed it, and I still can't use all these. So if you didn't do that, then it's even harder. And stop giving the weekly? Yeah. I think if you didn't use the weekly, that sounds right. It's so much energy. Like, I don't even care about the frags for this character anymore at this point. I just want to use it. Yeah, I'm going to keep giving the 5k mobs on this character until it doesn't need energy anymore. It's so slow. But then again, next week might change because of haste. If I'm farming enough, I might be able to just, like, farm the energy. But it's still going to take a while. Still going to take a while. Alright, just 2 more minutes. And we're done. And I think this is a decent amount of grinding too, so I'll probably wrap up my stream afterwards. Tomorrow I'll probably start my stream nice and early because I need to do a bunch of stuff. I need to finish my weeklies, I haven't finished those yet. And then I'll need to, I wouldn't mind working a little bit more on the Kana. Now that my Erel's 275, I can take a short break until haste actually formally starts. It's got a lot of stuff to do. I love having like a variety of things to do. I'm kind of glad that I built so many characters as wide as I have. It's always something, change things up every once in a while. Yeah, it's nice that my Kana is basically 286 now. One day I'll get to 290, but still quite far from that. I haven't finished my dailies on this character too, but that's okay. I can finish the dailies after. Do you know what would be actually cool? If this character can finish up Challenger World and can do end Carlos within 20 minutes. I think that's not like a super unreasonable goal in the grand scheme of the character. Because this is going to be pretty strong. Eventually I'm going to put Arcanes and it will get its sub gear. So maybe in the future, if it can get up to end Carlos, I will probably do end Carlos at least until I get like 18-star Eternals or something. I haven't done that to my other characters because they can't do end Carlos quickly. I have thought about doing that on my Corsair, but it's just too low on Sacred Force and I'm too lazy to do like sort of a sweaty run. Sweaty in my eyes at least. Alright, we're done. Done with the grind. Alright, let's go back to town and open up the disappointing fam. Holy crap, there's a lot of people here. These people are taking my luck. Go somewhere more empty. There we go. Alright, who's ready for this fam? Alright, here we go. Stay Odin to 280? Hell no. I'll go Shangri-La and I will cop whatever it is. 40 boss? I would love any kind of damage. So 40 boss, 30 boss, 6 attack. Probably don't need the IAD if we get an IAD fam. Probably not needed. Honestly, 3% attack would be nice. And of course, like large drop, right? Like 110 drop, 100 drop, 100 drop meso. There's also the weird line where it's like 10% item drop rate. That one's also not bad for me at the moment too. Alright, let's see. If we get a percent sign around here, it'd be amazing. Could be drop. But percent sign around here. Oh! Whoa. That lines up. There's a chance. What is that? I'm zooming in on my other computer, on my other screen. There's a 0 next to it. There's a 0 next to it. Hold up. Oh my god, there's a 0. I'm gonna start recording just in case. Guys, there's a chance. It says 0% on the side. There's no way, right? Ah. I did say that, like, this is not bad. I'll take it. I did say that this is not bad. This is kind of like equipment drop rate. I don't have full hybrids yet, so this is actually useful. At least, it's useful. There's probably an argument for me now to actually open my third fam, because I could use this plus this to farm with, and then I'll use the third slot to tier up fams. It's actually decent. It's actually decent. Does it stack? Yeah, so this one, just to clarify, is the same as equipment. So, because my equipment drop rate right now is only 160%, it will go up to 170. If I had 10 lines of item drop, it wouldn't count. But this actually, because I'm not capped out on my equipment item drop rate, it actually counts. So it does stack. This is completely separate. Like, the drop rate boost is different. So yeah, that's actually a pretty good line for me. Nice. Pretty decent. What do you mean, phew? You scared my Erel's gonna gap you? Come on now. The character's actually been pretty lucky when it comes to fams. Like, I've had pretty useful, unique fams. They tend not to be that good. Righto boy, thank you for the follow. Unfortunately though, this will be the end of today's stream. There's a bunch of other stuff I need to do before the end of the night, but I'll do that later, and I'll probably do some recording for the next video. Anyway, appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Did a good amount of grinding, got to 275, and I guess tomorrow we'll give an attempt at Black Mage or something. Or maybe I'll try it tonight. Not sure yet. Alright. My wife needs to do something. I need to help out, so yeah. If you guys are over on YouTube, please do give the stream a like. Helps me out a lot. And I'll see you guys again probably in the morning tomorrow. So like around reset. I'll try not to go back to sleep. No promises though. Alright. Good luck on your grind everybody, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow. Take care.